Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in, 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I am Rob Breaux, alongside Craig Wells, Lucas White today, as we venture off into another day at the First United Bank studio. You can call in on the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973, or hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. You can find that chat line if you're new here on the apps, brought to you by Happy State Bank, 100.7 The Score, Double T 97.3, or on the website, doubleTSportsNetwork.com. Head over to the Listen Live, the chat walls associated with the Listen Live player you are playing. You can also read and watch other things on doubleTSportsNetwork.com. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/doubleTSportsNetwork. All right, we have lots of stuff coming up today. We'll talk about the FISU games as the Lady Raiders won a tight one yesterday. I actually found and watched some of this one.
Really?
I watched some of the last one, but hand up, the group play, I just could never find. And then one of them I found like midway through the fourth quarter, and then it flipped to wheelchair basketball or something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's one I was watching. I'm sitting there saying, well, this could end up interesting. And then all of a sudden I thought, did my TV just switch or what?
Yeah, it did. Why are they all in wheelchairs now? Yeah, so. But the Lady Raiders and Friends winning yesterday against Hungary. And there was a stretch there where the officials, I thought, were on the Hungary payroll there in the fourth quarter. And then for about the last 20 seconds, they might have been on Team USA's payroll. So it all evened out. And the Lady Raiders win 73-71. And I've been watching this whole thing thinking Sydney Love was one of the girls in the And Friends group. Because Gaston has been very good.
Yep.
She's been knocking in double-doubles. She's not going to be a part of the team next year, I don't believe.
I'd get my lawyers ready right now, I'm telling you.
If you could try to figure that one out, that would be a good addition. But Sydney Love, I had thought was another And Friends part, but I was double-checking on the roster yesterday. She is going to be a Lady Raider. And she is quick.
She's a legitimate
point
guard.
Good grief. And at the end of the game, she sliced into the lane 2 different times. And the commentator was like, yep, she doesn't need a screen.
Yep.
She just gets in there.
Yep. And hit 2 clutch free throws. You know,
at the very end, 2 really clutch free throws, and then they did not get the opportunity to match.
Yep. And Danae Fritz hit a tremendously clutch 3.
How did that go in?
I don't know. How would she get it off? It looked like that girl was all over her.
So it was pretty cool. They did this during the FIBA World Cup that we watched with Christian Anderson and Grant McCaslin too. But it seemed like in every game, the opposite bench was mic'd up. We never really got to hear the Team USA or Team Germany bench, but yesterday it was the Team USA bench that was featured. And Gerlich drew up that last play. We heard her saying, hey, you're going to do this, get it in, get it over to D, Fritz, and she's going to take the shot. And that's what happened. It was not open.
Yeah.
It was not open at all. And it looked like she altered her
kind of took it to the side or, It
was weird. Yeah. But the shot went in. And Team USA led that game against Hungary for, a 40-minute game? Probably 37 and a half minutes. Lost the lead for about 2 minutes. And then went back up.
Had a double-digit lead in the second half. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
that third quarter was rough.
Yep. I took away 3 things from that and have taken away 3 major things. And it's kind of funny because before they ever played all this, I said to myself, this is what's got to happen for the Lady Raiders to take that next step next year. They got to have a point guard. I knew they had recruited Sydney Lowe, but I had no idea how good she was or how anything.
So far, so good there.
Yeah, that's right. And they've got to allow Bailey Maupin to get off the point guard position and play the position that she can. She is a real hard matchup when she's not against another point guard. When she's against another shooting guard or a small forward, she presents a lot of problems. And then only because I got to see this girl play when she was a senior in high school at Holiday, Texas. We were watching a tournament in Lipan, Texas, and the boys and girls, and she was on Holiday's team, has played in the girls' portion. Jalen Bristow is a really, really good basketball player. And I was not surprised at all that she went to Iowa State. Not even the least. I mean, she's that quality of player. But when she came to Tech, I thought, that may be the missing link. And I don't think she had as good a year last year as everybody, including herself, probably thought she was. But these last 4 or 5 games that she's played in this tournament, she's playing like I think she is capable of playing. And I thought she needs to play good for Texas Tech to take it to the next level.
Yeah, she had, I think, 17 in the quarterfinal, 14 and 11 is a double-double there, leading the team. Her and Gaston both had 14 and 11 yesterday to punch the ticket to the finals. Now they'll play China.
Yep. The People's
Republic of China.
We played another Chinese
Friday.
Team, didn't we?
Taipei.
Taipei. Yeah.
So they played Taipei in group play. They lost. The Lady Raiders lost to Poland in group play. We're a second seed out of that group. China just beat Poland to go to the finals. So you're probably a little bit of an underdog, but it'll be. I think I heard correctly. This could be me just speaking out of turn, but I believe this will be the first gold medal for the United States in these games since like 2015.
Really? That's impressive.
But they've got 11 overall or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could find that
Yep.
and correct myself if I need to.
But how valuable is the opportunity they're getting to play together? And I realize their international players aren't getting to play, but the rest of them, and Gaston is not scheduled to be part of this team, but if they can get one of their big girls that's sitting out to play about 75% of how good Gaston's playing, we're going to be a lot better.
My question is are the international players with them in Germany? Okay.
Yes, they got
so
to practice.
Practicing. Okay.
They got
That's
to practice.
awesome.
They got to travel, and that's my understanding that they're there, but they just cannot participate in games.
Okay.
You have to be born a United States citizen.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. Currently on Big 12 Studios, Eric Morris catching touchdowns from Graham Harrell against Texas in 2008. The Red Raiders have just taken an 18-0 lead with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. That stadium is packed.
And is crazy.
It is crazy. A second and long running throw from Graham Harrell gets you a first down, and then the next play they score it from about 20 out. Just a really, really impressive drive there from Graham Harrell and the boys.
Leon, Lyle Leon just caught a pass for a first down on about the 15-yard line, and I mean by inches. In fact, Lee Corso's standing over it looking, and he just throws his head up and says, and holds his fingers about millimeters apart. Pretty cool.
So that's on Big 12 Studios. Obviously, we want you to keep here, listen to us, but if you're familiar with Big 12 Studios, I found it on Amazon Prime. I didn't know that Big 12 had a live channel. So I know they do a lot on YouTube.
Yeah.
This is Big 12 Studios. They do a lot on YouTube. But they have created via Roku and Amazon and some of these other kind of free TV services a channel that airs Big 12 games and highlights,
Yep.
I guess 24/7.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's right.
That is awesome. And I would assume, Craig, that they play Missouri and Nebraska and obviously Texas, Oklahoma games. But I would assume it's games in which those 4 teams have lost. I doubt they're doing any kind of Nebraska dominating games.
Right.
Or some game where Missouri really pulls one off.
Yeah.
But that's pretty awesome. I have certainly been locked in with what the Big 12's been doing on YouTube. I think they've been doing really good with that. And this is a conference that just did not do that for a long time. And wanted to do it around 2010, 2011, and Texas was like, nah, we'll just do our own.
Yeah.
We'll forget the rest of the Big 12 and only focus on ourselves and do the Longhorn Network. Well, this Big 12 Studios is what the Big 12 channel could have been.
That's right.
For years.
Yep. If the Big 12 does what they wanted to do and the Longhorn channel doesn't come around, this is the SEC network. This is the ACC network, and you're going to have live shows on there and everything. This is what it could have been on steroids.
Somebody a couple of weeks ago was sharing the headline, Texas, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech to the Pac-12 in 2010.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would have been – that's a very interesting alternate timeline. It's also an interesting alternate timeline to just think, well, what if the Big 12 network did come to fruition and Texas Tech Texas A&M didn't get mad and they didn't flip to the SEC, which created the opportunity for Colorado to go to the Pac-12 and Nebraska to go to the Big Ten and Missouri to follow Texas A&M to the SEC. What happens if you can keep that core unit together at 12 and maybe add a few like the Big Ten did?
Yeah, there's a lot of people don't realize how close Tech came to being a Pac-12 member. I mean, it was close. And if that happens and Texas and Oklahoma and Oklahoma State go with them, that's a whole different scenario. But you're right. What happens if the major core of that stays together and we don't have the Longhorn channel, but we have a Big 12 channel, and we all get along? I'm not real sure we wouldn't be as strong as SEC right now.
It would be very, very interesting because I don't think Nebraska falls apart.
Yeah, if
they stay in the Big 12.
Yeah, I agree totally.
And I also don't think Colorado goes through the dark times.
Yeah.
If they stay in the Big 12. Now, they certainly could. They weren't great in the Big 12, but they were really bad for a stretch in the Pac-12. And I don't –
and I'll tell you.
I don't know. I don't know if Oklahoma State has their run.
Yeah. I'm going to throw something at you that I think could have happened also. If the group stays together – and they're as strong as they are, I'm not real sure if the realignment thing still hangs in the air. I'm not real sure Arkansas doesn't consider coming in, and they don't consider Arkansas instead of Missouri. Or I just think Arkansas. I just think to have that rivalry with Texas and Oklahoma and Tech and the old Southwest Conference days, I think they could have been persuaded if the money would have been there. I mean, they went to the SEC for the money.
Right.
And
let's say you get the Big 12 network and you kind of grow in that way, and let's say you do win a couple of more national championships just because Nebraska doesn't stay bad. I'm not saying they would win one, but Missouri was really good for a couple of years after they went to the SEC. If they win the Big 12 a couple of times, and if Texas doesn't take the downturn because they feel like they're in a league that's not as good, and maybe Baylor and TCU get a shot at the national championship because they're in a better league, and they have the opportunity, instead of just having 12 games, that they do get the data point of the Big 12 championship game, because you never got rid of that.
Yep.
So maybe they're in that first or second playoff and get a game or two, because they were just as good as those other teams. They got the opportunities. And maybe TCU and Arkansas are the teams that you add, and you go to 14, or SMU.
Yeah.
Because you do want a little more of that Southwest flavor. So I don't know. I like where the Big 12 is right now. I don't love it. I think it's fine. But you certainly would have been a much better conference with Nebraska never going away and dying, and Missouri and Texas and Oklahoma still sticking around. It was just such an opportunity that you let get away. Speaking of Nebraska, did you see Matt Rule's comments responding to Scott Frost?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I actually thought he handled it pretty good.
Yeah,
but at the same time, he kind of stirred the pot. I think he knew what he was doing.
If you didn't remember Scott Frost's comments, Scott Frost at Big 12 Media Days basically said
they asked a question.
He was asked, what did you learn about going to Nebraska?
Yep.
And his answer was, don't take a bad job. And basically it was, hey, I didn't want to go. My heart wasn't in it, but everybody else's was. They wanted me because I was a Nebraska guy, and it wasn't a good fit. It was a bad job. They stink. I'm glad to be back home in Orlando.
Right.
I thought that was a weak answer from Scott Frost.
I thought it was a terrible weak answer.
So Matt Rule gets asked, and he answers it with a 4-minute soliloquy. And in that 4 minutes, he basically says, we've made it into a good job, but it was a bad job.
Saying, Scott Frost, you left it in as a bad job.
Well, yeah, maybe, but to me, that's not any better.
No.
Now, it's good that he's saying we're building Nebraska up.
Yeah.
I understand this and that, but he also, I think, called out Nebraska pretty good.
When he said it was a bad job, that you could stop right there. He shouldn't have said that, I don't think. But I understand where he was going. He was trying to, I think, allude to the fact that when he took over, it wasn't a very good job, and now they are good.
Yeah.
And I don't think he quite got there the same way that he should have.
To me, if I was asked that, I would have said, Scott Frost is full of dung.
Yeah.
This is an incredible fan base. They've sold out even when Scott Frost was struggling. And we're back at the top. We're trying to be, and we're going to compete for Big Ten championships. Yep. I never want to coach to allude to my program being weak ever.
Just say Nebraska's won more national championships than Scott Frost has.
Yeah.
End of story.
Even though they were a bad job. 100.7 the score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I've got some more thoughts on Big Ten Media Days. I thought James Franklin said two pretty interesting things. But we'll get there in the second hour. First, we'll check the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is July 24th, Thursday, and it's National Cousins Day. Shout out to the cousins out there. You got a lot of cousins? Big families growing up?
Not a lot, but I think average amount.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yep. And it's really funny. You're real close to some of them, and some of them you don't see, but once every 15, they're just as much a cousin as the other one.
Yeah.
I have one cousin on my mom's side. I have 4 on my dad's side, but I have a lot of second and third cousins.
Right.
But 5 first cousins.
It is National Tequila Day. Lucas, you're excited about Tequila Day? You have a couple tequilas this weekend there on your trip?
I might.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe?
maybe. A couple.
Best way to drink tequila is margarita or shots.
I just do tequila shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My wife does the margaritas. So, but she likes the different flavored margaritas.
And you have had the worm at the bottom a couple of times?
Nope. No.
I've never done the worm either.
You know what I'm talking about. There's
Yeah, in the bottle there in Mexico, yeah. I used to be a shot taker, but I'm more of a sipper now. Give me on ice. And
Yep.
maybe some club soda in there or something to make it a ranch water.
I'm one of those. If it's got an umbrella in it, it must be a pretty good drink. So, give me a margarita with an umbrella and salted rim.
You ever had a batanga?
No,
That's tequila and Coke.
no,
It's
never
pretty
even
good.
heard of
It's
it.
pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty good. A little lime in there.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, it's Amelia Earhart Day.
We don't know where she is.
Do not
but
know where she is.
She was born on this day. That's why.
Okay, we'll know that in a second. International Self-Care Day. Take care of yourself.
As opposed to don't do it tomorrow, but
Yeah, just today.
yeah,
Just today. Speaking of umbrellas in your drinks, it's National Refreshment Day, National Drive-Through Day, and Tell an Old Joke Day. Tell an old joke day. What do you get when you combine a duck and wheat?
I have no idea.
Quackers.
Oh, okay.
Lucas, any birthdays?
That's a baton handing joke right there.
Okay.
Mic drop.
Save us, Lucas. Save us.
No.
Barry Bonds turned 61 years old today. Then we have Joe Mixon turning 29. Is he holding out, or is he on the physically unable?
Say that one more time.
Joe Mixon.
I'm unfamiliar. Let me look that up.
I think he's on the physically unable to perform list. I think. But he turns 29 years old today.
Yeah, the non-football injury list.
Yes. Drake London turning 24. I think he can. I think people can expect a good season out of him this coming year. I think him and Kyle Pitts. I know people rag on Kyle Pitts a lot, but I think both of them will have a good season for Atlanta. Jennifer Lopez turning 56 years old today. Then we have
Golly.
Mitch Grassi turning 33. He's one of the members of Pentatonic. So I don't know if he's one of the newer guys.
I believe he's an original.
He's the original.
I think he's the little guy.
Okay.
From Arlington, weren't they all
Yes.
from
Yeah.
Arlington?
Yes.
Yep.
And then we have Karl Malone, 62. Rafer Alston, 49. Rick Fox, 56. And then last and certainly least, Kyle Kuzma turning 30.
If you're last and certainly least on a list that includes Karl Malone, that's pretty low.
Yep.
Sports history?
Not much, but in 1983, we had the famous George Brett Pine Tar game where George Brett hits a home run, trots into the dugout, and then they say, "Not so fast, George. I think you had too much pine tar." And as slow as he went into the dugout, he came out faster, much faster.
He exploded out of the dugout.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And if you haven't seen it, just stay tuned to Major League Baseball highlights because it'll be in there someplace.
Sure.
In 1993, I found this real interesting. Vince Coleman. You remember Vince Coleman, the base stealing guy and so forth? He got thrown out. I mean, he got suspended for throwing cherry bombs at fans in the stands and injuring 3 people. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know the story behind it. But the headline was he threw a cherry bomb into the stands and injured 3 people and said, "You're not going to get to play for a while."
Wait, what year was that?
1993. I mean, it's not like it happened in the 30s. I mean,
right.
And I don't know if it was on July 4th either, but.
Well, suspended on the 24th. It must have been around July 4th that he was playing with fireworks. Maybe he had some leftovers and brought him to the dugout.
And in 2017, Josh Tomlin, in 6 innings of pitching, pitched a victory over the Cleveland Indians 6-2, or over Cincinnati. He was on Cleveland and pitched over Cincinnati 6-2. Josh Tomlin, a Red Raider that stayed up there in the bigs for 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, memorable stretch with Cleveland.
Yes.
And then Atlanta. Atlanta? Where'd he finish? I think he was in Atlanta.
Yeah. It's either Atlanta or Marlins. I think it was Atlanta.
Could have been both at the end.
Yeah.
But it was
certainly
the Indians, were the main
Yep.
club there. The Red Raiders driving again. Well, almost jinxed them there.
Yep.
About a minute and a half left in the first half. We're watching the Texas Tech 2008 game live on Big 12 Studios. And now that I know where this is and what we're doing here, I'll be checking into Big 12 Studios more often.
Yeah. Yep.
I knew they were doing this, but I thought it was just on the YouTube channel. But they aren't live all the time on the YouTube channel, so it's good to find this. This is one of the live channels on Amazon Prime.
I was skipping channels the other night, or not the other night, but not too long ago, and saw a Tech game, and I thought, what is this? Because I didn't know I was on the Big 12 channel, and so I sat and watched it for probably 30 minutes. And in fact, it was at the conclusion of the game, and I can't remember. I think it was a Nebraska game.
Was it a win? Well,
yes,
if it's Nebraska, probably so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those 70 to whatever games.
Oh, nice. That one was awesome.
Yeah.
That one was awesome. All right, let's see. We're closing out the first hour here. We'll have the second hour coming up. We'll have highs and lows at 10:15. We'll do some more ceilings and floors at 10:45. Lucas back on Burning Questions today at 10:30. In the third hour, we'll get to more football stuff. We've got some training camps to talk about.
And Texas Tech is 6 days away from opening fall camp. Opening the season.
Very close.
6 days.
6 days, which means you're within 40 of kicking off.
Yep. 37, I think I heard today. 37 days. Time flies when you're having a good time. Cannot wait. All
right, we'll get into that second hour when we come back. 100.7 The Score, seat of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. A little Bucky's discussion at the break.
Yep.
But that is not a burning question. What is a burning question is whatever Lucas is about to ask us. I guess it might be. I don't know the burning questions. So we'll go to those now, Lucas.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
So the first question I have, best weird smell. So I have 4. You can start, bench, cut any of these 4.
Okay. So we have a start, bench, process, cut. So you can process the guy.
Okay.
Instead of cutting him.
Fresh paint, Sharpie, chlorine, or gasoline?
Oh my gosh.
Now these are. Wait, these are
Best
smells.
weird smells.
Best-
that you like.
Okay, so in a positive sense,
Yes,
these
yes.
smells. Okay.
Start with the good ones and go to the worst?
Yeah,
or-
so you're going to start what the smell you'd like most, and you're going to cut the smell you'd like least, bench, process, in between. So I'm going to start. I feel like we're missing grass clippings here, but I'll start Sharpie. Give them to me one more time.
Sharpie, chlorine, fresh paint, and gasoline.
Okay, I'm starting Sharpie. I'm benching chlorine in an indoor hotel pool.
Ugh.
I love that smell. I'm going to process gasoline and cut the fourth one there. What was it? Oh, fresh paint. Yeah, I'm cutting fresh paint. I've sat in too many offices where down the hall or wherever else they're painting, and then after an hour of that, you're like, all right, why didn't we open a window or something? I worked at a summer camp one summer, and we polyurethaned a wood bathroom, and like the shower above there's like one of those put-in showers. So there's wood up above it that you had to polyurethane. So I'm in that little bitty shower, and I did not crack a window or anything. And we just got absolutely toasted at this summer camp, fried our brain cells.
That's your first artificial high.
Yeah, I'm anti-paint and polyurethane after that.
Okay, I'm going to start Sharpie. I think. Golly.
So you're not into the chlorine smell?
No, especially in the indoor. I could almost take it outdoor, but not indoor. I'm going to cut chlorine. I'm going to process paint and drop gasoline.
The thing about gasoline is, in certain situations, I like the smell of gasoline.
Yeah.
Just not like I'm huffing it, but
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that's the smell of work. But there's other times, like after you get gas and an hour later you get back in your truck and you're like, oh, I must have spilled some gas in here. I don't like that.
See, that's what I was just thinking. The thing about gasoline, if you get it on your hands, it takes you forever to lose that smell.
Yeah. All right, what else you got, Lucas?
Good question.
So we are 1 week away from the MLB trade deadline. What trade rumor that you've seen or heard over the last, month, I guess, since it's been all the news for baseball, has the most realistic chance of happening, I would say?
Oh, you got me there at the end. I want to say Emmanuel Clase coming home to the Rangers, but the Guardians, I believe, are also 8-2 in their last 10. Now, they're still under 500, but they are right there. So the Guardians have just as much of a chance right now at getting into the playoff as the Rangers do. Is that Daniel Charbonnet pick 6? So I think for the Rangers, the most realistic is maybe the Pirates closer or Adolis Garcia to the Phillies. I feel like that one has some legs. But I don't know what the second and third move after Adolis is for the Rangers. So I don't know that it makes a ton of sense unless I knew like O'Neal Cruz or something was the next move. Like, can you get Cruz and the closer at the same time? That'd be quite a haul.
Yeah. I think the Astros are going to make a blockbuster move. I think they're going to try to solidify their opportunity to win the series, to win the World Series.
They're in such an interesting spot because they certainly need something for me to think they're going to be like a shoe-in for the World Series.
Yep.
But they're winning right now with, like, we're calling them the Triple Astros.
Yeah.
Like, they are hurt.
Yep.
Like 30 guys or something have taken time on the IL. But those young guys are playing really well.
Yep.
And that pitching, man, I don't know. You could certainly see some big move for the Astros, though, to get some kind of bat in the lineup. I think their pitching, certainly rotation and bullpen is good, but they need something if somebody's not going to come back from the IL.
Yeah, I don't know who or what, but I think they think they're really close, and they don't want to get this close and not help themselves a little bit. So I look for the Astros to make a big move.
I saw Ryan O'Hearn as a name for an outfielder for the Astros since they need an outfielder. So
yeah,
left field specifically.
Interesting. So he plays first base, DH, and left field?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That'd be a nice little mix for the Rangers to have.
Especially if he can hit the ball.
He can.
He can hit the ball. And the final question I have was Tony Montana a villain or a hero?
He's a villain. He's the hero in his own story. I'm not sure who the hero is in that Scarface movie. I've not seen it in a long time, but I don't know that there were too many redeeming qualities of Tony Montana there at the end.
Is that Hannah Montana's dad? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, my gosh.
There are parts in that movie where I kind of wanted him to...
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not rooting for him.
Well, yeah, I was rooting for him.
It's kind of like Walter White.
Yes.
Walter White, villain or hero, depending on the perspective you're watching it from.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, Hank is the hero in that movie, or that TV show, but spoiler alert, he dies.
Shocker.
I think you've had enough time to watch that show. And Walter does kind of at the end have some redeeming qualities, but
I'm trying to think of one of the Batman villains that you could almost put into the good category.
yeah,
And I can't come up with one.
not Batman, but a lot of people agree with Thanos
Yeah,
from the Marvel movies.
yeah.
Not saying I do.
I don't know. That's interesting.
All right.
Did you like? I'm assuming you liked the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy it. Yeah. So.
Couldn't get into it.
Scarface?
Yeah, you just.
I mean,
I tried and I tried.
I liked it
and-
after the second time I watched it.
Okay, that may be.
We'll try again.
Yeah.
Try again. All right, more after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench. All right, throughout this show, we've been watching the 2008 Texas Tech game. We finally finished the game. Well, we haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
The goalposts are down. We're going to have to put them back up. We're forcing fans off the field. We were trying to locate Craig Wells on the field in a mass of bodies. But it's currently 38-33 Texas Tech with 1 second left. This is on Big 12 Studios. I'm going to be tuning into Big 12 Studios more often.
Yep.
I was not aware that they were doing this kind of thing. I guess I was, but I didn't really know where it was.
Yep.
But if you have like a Roku TV or Amazon Prime, and you know they have the live option where it's like the game show channel, and there's like a Family Feud channel, and they're just airing Family Feud 24/7. There's probably some nature channels or whatever else. There's a Big 12 Studios channel, and they just replay old games. And they had media day coverage, and they do a studio show in the fall. So that's a good place to be if you're trying to keep track. They're on the field again. Get them off the field. Just pure chaos.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, it was chaos.
And
we kick off from the 3-yard line or something.
Yeah, we're about to. About to. I watched every Crabtree game that was available on TV, and I went to a bunch of games in his career in 07 and 08. Just watching this game again in real time, I had forgotten just how physically dominant he was. And I knew he was dominant. I remember the stats. I talk about him all the time, but he just looks different.
Yeah, he does.
Than everyone else on the field.
Yep, you're exactly
just physically
right.
imposing. All right. Benchwarmers. It's time for Ask the Benchwarmers. Benchwarmers, when buying tickets for a Major League Baseball game, what are some things you look for? Price, luxury, food, drink, benefits, or just promos, location of the seats?
I tell you what, I look for the best price for the best seat. That's what I look for. Like, I'd much rather be down the third baseline for the same price as right field.
Yeah.
You know.
If I lived in Arlington, I would be buying those 10-game, 20-game packages.
Yes.
And I would be more so than price or location or anything else, I'd be going for opponent.
Yes.
I want to get to that Yankees game or the Astros game or whatever else. The last series I went to was Astros Rangers in 23. But I think now, if all of these are like a Venn diagram, it would be promos, location of seats, price probably meeting in the middle.
Yep. And I agree with you. The opponent could make a difference. Yep. It might not if I'm only going to go once or twice, but
if it's once a summer, it's whoever's playing that fits my timeline.
It fits that weekend or Tuesday or whatever.
Lucas, what about you?
So I'm going to a Nationals game in September. Obviously, those tickets are very cheap because they're very bad. Right. But I'm taking my best friend and his wife because they're letting us stay at their house. So it's kind of it's a thank you, basically. And my best friend and I love going to baseball games. So we got tickets in left center field just for the simple fact of I'm trying to get a home run ball.
Oh, there you go.
Obviously, the Nationals have James Wood, C.J. Abrams, but they're playing the Pirates. Obviously, trades and everything could kind of difficult this, but I mean O'Neal Cruz, obviously, Andrew McCutchen. So both teams have some potential home run hitters that I could possibly get a home run ball. So I think location in that ballpark can be a good idea to try to get a home run ball.
Have you or anybody you know caught a foul ball or a home run ball? I've never known anybody
I've never done it.
I've been close, but
to catching one yourself?
It was 4 or 5 rows behind me.
Yeah.
But I was hoping for a bounce, but it didn't bounce.
A bad catch.
Yeah.
Benchwarmers, would there be a WrestleMania if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan? No, there would not be. Maybe eventually, but I mean, Hulk Hogan united the territories and really developed what became Raw and WWE and sports entertainment, and then he went to WCW and had the Monday Night Wars, and that doesn't happen without Hulk Hogan. Wrestling is $1 billion business because of Hulk Hogan.
Yep. His character became very viable for TV to use. And I think that was the the starting point.
Let's see. Gordo wants to say hello, but I don't know if we have time for the whole thing there. Living in Arlington, the city of bits, seems like a beating. Yeah, maybe so. But it'd be fun to go to Cowboys and Rangers game all the time. If you move to a major market, where would you want to go? Just sports. If you could pick a sports major market and live there for the sports, you get season tickets as a benefit of living there.
Probably San Diego, considering that the Chargers are San Diego.
Well, not anymore.
But I mean, they're San Diego's team, and it's not hard to get there, I don't think, from San Diego. I don't know that, but I think it might be hard to get anywhere in California. But I don't know that I'd ever like to live in California, period. But the weather, being outside, you've probably got a good chance to have good weather regardless. And I like outside stadiums, although they're football, I guess.
Yeah, SoFi has a roof now.
Yeah.
You should go to Padres games though.
Yeah.
Are you saying I can't pick DC?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If I can't pick DC, I would say Phoenix.
Ooh, yeah, that's another good one.
I mean, the Chargers, they're literally not in San Diego anymore. They're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But they're still the Washington Commanders. They'll be back. They'll be back in DC.
Yeah, but you have the Glendale Cardinals and the Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix, I think you could even kind of go beyond that and say
Arlington.
Yeah. I would go Arlington. That's just an obvious for me, though.
Yeah.
I think Chicago would be really fun.
It's cold.
It's cold, and I don't like the winter, but
if the winter didn't bother me, I would say maybe Boston as well.
Yeah. Atlanta might not be too bad.
Yeah.
I just hear horror stories of the traffic.
Really?
The traffic of Atlanta.
And I don't know that much about it. Like I said, the traffic in California could be,
right.
Yeah. Absolutely horrendous. The Bay Area, that's supposed to be the pretty part of California. And
yeah. Yeah, Niners.
Yeah.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
Be pretty good too.
What about Las Vegas?
Once the A's get there and you get all the major sports, if they bring in an NBA squad.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I would go to those as much, but
Vegas
would be really fun.
Do you foresee an NBA team there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, eventually.
Now that the betting thing has kind of gone by the wayside.
I don't know. The NBA is the league that's getting in the most trouble.
Yeah.
As far as players betting their unders.
Or the prop bets.
Yeah, the prop bets. We'll continue on after this with the bottom line. 100.7 score. It's the end of the bench.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.